Stay tuned after the movie for corrections on Vector, the coolest car that ever failed. Don't miss it! And now, our feature presentation. My last video was on Vector, a failed startup from California whose goal was to beat the European rivals in a V8 powered spaceship. While that car gained traction, the sequel, the M12, failed to do so, leading to the brand flopping. Which is a shame. This brand had so much potential. This idea, a V8 powered supercar from America, is a formula that still works today, and Gerald Weigert saw it. You know who else saw it? Just outside of LA, down the road from Vector, a maniac named Steve Saleen formed a car that was designed to pick up where the Vector left off. Even if Saleen and Vector weren't in bed together financially or legally, Steve's monster of a car really picked up the torch from the W8 after the damn 12 damn near dropped the thing. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's shift gears and talk about how we got started. Steve Saleen's company started as an automotive tuner specializing in Fords, particularly the Fox body. You want a Super Mustang up? Steve's your man. They eventually would go on to work on SN95s, F-150s, and even the Ford Focus. Steve had success with his aftermarket brand, but it wasn't enough for him and his team. They didn't want to just set their sights on just Ford models, but the damn horizon. In 2000, a fitting year, honestly, they unveiled the S7.
Yeah, yeah, I am great. Yeah, I am good. Grief, is that what I'm driving? Whoa, nice car, man. Yeah, it gets me from A to B.
A sleek carbon fiber body atop a honeycomb aluminum and lightweight steel chassis and a meaty engine means that not only can this thing hit an estimated 240 miles per hour, but the car's downforce would match the car's 1.5 ton weight at 160 miles per hour. Which means that this thing at high speed could theoretically stick to an upside down piece of track. And people have been saying this for decades over other cars, but since nobody has the balls to test either car that can supposedly do it, even on a smaller scale, this stat doesn't blow my mind. It's like saying, oh yeah, I could totally do a backflip. I'm not gonna do it now, but I can do it. Besides the point, this thing is a monster, with, in my opinion, the coolest part of the car, the engine. It's based on a 350 Windsor that's been bored and stroked to 7 liters. An engine that was made originally in 1961 in the Falcon, 550 horsepower, and Celine claimed it could jump this car to 60 in less than 3 seconds and claimed it can hit 240 miles per hour in the early 2000s. Bugatti who again? Oh, but it gets better, because Celine would go on to make a twin-turbo model in 2005, which got even more bonkers. 2 Garrett turbos kick up power to 750. Once again, Celine claims 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, and the top speed is 250. Oh, but it gets better, because then they took the damn thing racing. This thing was so fast, at Imola, for the FIA GT1 Grand Prix, Ferrari's VIP was there to watch the Maserati MC12 wipe the floor with the competition. Not only did Celine show up for the race and pass the MC12s, but everyone else. Maserati's own Montezemolo said, "We were no match for the Celine today." This thing has a Windsor in it. It beat a Ferrari technically. Oh, I love this car so much. It would go on to see serious success in racing across the globe, winning its class at Sebring, and numerous teams would adopt S7Rs going into 2010, with the car that was finished by Oreca in France. Oh, and it gets better. But if you've played Forza, you probably already knew that.
Hi, this is Dan Pund with Edmunds Inside Line. I'm standing here at the Saleen stand in front of the S5s Raptor.
ASC Design Studio in Warren, Michigan worked with Celine to produce a concept for a sorta sequel, sorta baby version of the S7, dubbed the S5s Raptor. It got a 5-liter supercharged V8 pumping 650 horsepower through a traditional 6-speed manual just like the S7. 0 to 60 was estimated to be around 3.2 seconds, quarter mile in 10.9, and it cost a quarter of the price of an S7. And then, nothing! After its one debut at the New York Auto Show, news just stopped. No clue why. I did some digging, but nothing really came of it, and it's not like Celine was going through some dire straits or anything either. They just had their S302 Mustang in Transformers, and given how that movie influenced the Camaro, I bet it's safe to say Celine saw a jump too. They probably just put it on a shelf and forgot about it. A decade goes by, and with it came new versions of Mustangs, F-150s, and a kit for the frickin' Tesla Model S. And along the way came a suspicious-looking sports car called the One.
Ultimate perfection by meticulous craft. One brand stands above all.
This is Saleen.
Yeah, they just took the design, sketched it onto a separate sheet, and just started from scratch, but I digress. This is the S1, and it was first announced at the 2017 LA Auto Show. Starting at $120K, this sports car comes with pretty much everything you'd want in a sports car for that price. Double wishbones? Check. Leather and Alcantara interior? Check. Big, beefy tires wrapped around 20-inch rims? Check. Options for a flappy paddle gearbox or a 6-speed manual? Check and check. A 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds in 11-second quarter mile? Check and check. A turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine based on GM's Ecotec Gen 5 engines? Yeah, it doesn't have a V8. Take of that what you will. To promote this car, Celine organized a series with the help of SRO to form the Celine Cup in 2019, a series designed to showcase what the S1 could do. 8 races across 4 tracks in the US, and my Vector video as of October 2022 has more views than any of these live streams. Did this jog interest in the car? I have no idea. They canceled the 2020 season because of COVID, and it never came back, so take of that what you will. All in all, great looking car, but what about the S7? Did production just vanish? How come there isn't a sequel to that car? That one really jump-started Celine's production car side. Well, for a while they did stop production, but when thinking of a sequel to the S7, they didn't think to start from scratch. This is technically a brand new car. In 2017, Celine unveiled an updated S7. Think of it as S7 3.0. Updated body, new forged alloy wheels, a digital dash, and a 1500 horsepower, 1300 pound-feet of torque V8, 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds in an alleged top speed of 298 miles per hour. Only a handful have been made, coming in at $1 million per car. Imagine paying that much for a car from 20 years ago. Really, that's the thing. Like, it is. I mean, it's got new shit in it, but come on, guys. Really? Okay, now that I think about it, this is pretty damn cool. I kind of want to have one. And all of this is well and good, but here's the thing. Why aren't more people talking about this car? Why aren't people talking about the GT1's success of the S7R? Why aren't people talking about the insane performance numbers of the twin turbo and the most recent LM? I really have no answer to that. Growing up, I don't remember too many tests being done on the same level as Bugatti or Koenigsegg or any other major big number manufacturers. I don't remember a top gear segment being done on this car, top speed, handling, or otherwise. Maybe they had this idea that putting it in a bunch of movies and video games would be the solution and not actually handing out cars to use. Maybe part of the issue was how if you needed to move the seat, you needed someone from Celine to fly out to you to adjust it because it's fixed in place. So you can sit, no mechanisms or anything down there after all. And that's why I feel like making this video. Hell, that's why I made the Vector video, because America is home to some proper supercar and hypercar giants, and unless you go digging for those cars, you're never gonna be able to see these sleeping giants.